right, there we go. So, look at that. Where'd this video come from? Only one day after the last one. What? You know, it's not too hard to make these, so a lot of people were saying they wanted to see him a little more often. Who might deny you the privilege? So instead of day 16 of the bulk, you have a sneak peek into day 12. So this is going to be arm day. It's kind of late. After I got back from class, I sort of just passed out for a while. But even better for me, empty gym. So this morning we woke up at a little heavier, 243.4. So, you know, day to day it can fluctuate between, you know, like a pound. It's pretty much normal. It's it'll bounce around a bit, but as long as it's going up, I'm happy. Excited about that. So the arm workout, just gonna keep it reasonably simple. Just finish off tries and then move on to buys. I used to do a lot of forearm training where it would basically be the same setup, you know, like do all the tricep sets and then all the bicep sets. But in between every set of biceps, I would do like a set of forearm. I would do one set of forearm curls, like inward, and then I would do one set of reverse curls. So that's like you just sit on a bench and you hang your hand off with a dumbbell. You go one at a time, or you put your hand on your on top of your knee backwards with a lighter dumbbell, and you go backwards. At this point, I mean, you know, I don't really need any more forearm growth, so I haven't been doing it. But if you want to get big forearms, that's the way to do it. Just with arms, just get a good pump. You can do it with a cable too, like use a cable attachment, especially for the curls. That feels pretty good. Or if you know anybody into arm wrestling, like they know all the fucking tricks of forearm training. And then I like skull crushers. I do like them, but they're definitely tough on your elbows. I wouldn't want to just jump right into a heavy set of those. But they're definitely effective. So whenever I throw skull crushers in, I'll pretty much do at least 2 or 3 sets of the cables, like real working sets first, just to make sure everything's all warmed up, and then go over to the skull crushers. So, you know, you're already a little weaker, you're not going to have to go as heavy, and then you're not going to just destroy your elbow tendons. So yeah, arms, triceps always start off with the same sort of just, you know, 5 minutes of single arm work, just move it around. I'll still kind of warm up the forearms a little bit. Like, they're not necessarily doing any work when you're doing a push down, but you're still, you know, really gripping the bar. It's getting activated. You know, if you're about to use something and you're gonna load up the whole stack like you should be, you may as well warm up everything that's going to be involved. Do you see somebody doing tricep pushdowns with the whole stack? You know, it's probably not actually that impressive, right? Because the ones on like a cable crossover, you know, they've got some extra pulleys making the weight lighter. But, you know, anybody that's tried like a legit tricep pushdown knows that this stack is heavy as fuck. I kind of like going back and forth between like doing them standing up and sort of leaning forward. Just, you know, hits it a little differently.
So I can understand why people get bored with arm day, because it's pretty repetitive. It's just, you know, a bunch of push downs and a bunch of curls. So, you know, try and change it up as much as possible so you don't get so bored. I'd save the single arm stuff for later, because you're not as strong on it, right? If you're fresh, you want to go as heavy as you can. But it's more like for the blood flow, pump stuff. I swear I was doing these before they were popular. All right, triceps done. Probably not the worst idea to warm up curls. What do you think? Can I curl the 70s? Maybe. Let's try the 55s first. All right. '60s might be closer to a, you know, more comfortable weight. What the fuck? There we go. Definitely, if you're doing these, don't go all the way to your, like, don't straighten your arm all the way. You're just gonna rip your shit off, you know. Just until it feels good. I don't really care for double arm preacher curls. It just kind of puts me at like a weird angle. One arm at a time. That's what I like. Don't carry this shit if you don't have to. Contrary to triceps, I love single arm curls. So if you can't summon like a pretty good amount of repressed rage, you know, just imagine how big you want to be when you're doing your set. Should get in a few extra reps for sure. Another common question: what time do I lift? Right? You know, the morning or night, whatever. Personally, I'd say you got to eat at least 3 meals if you want to have a good workout. Like, unless you're extra busy, I would hate to lift right in the morning. You're just not going to be as fresh. It sucks. You know, that's one thing when people, you know, when you look up to somebody and they tell you their workout, you know, they do 3 sets of this, 4 sets of that. You know, it's not necessarily that special. Like, you're going to build a huge set of arms if every arm workout you do 10 sets of heavy push downs and then 10 sets of heavy dumbbell curls, right? Because that's, it's not complicated how the muscles work. All your tricep is doing is moving your arm from here to here, and all your biceps doing is moving it from here to here. So, you know, if you fucking love dumbbell curls, you get a great pump from them. You know, maybe throw in a couple sets of like whatever else just to change it up a little. Like, I'm not saying do the same thing only, but you know, if there's an exercise you really like, you get a really good pump from it, just do a ton of it, you know, unless you get sick of it. It's like I was saying before, lift as heavy as you can, get as crazy of a pump as you can, and then you're going to get as big as you can. It's not rocket science. Oh, fuck. One more. Done. Strike the pump. I can already feel like it's gonna be hard to get this fucking pump cover off. Whoops. Oh. Oh. You know, that's one thing we can track too throughout the bulk. I'll get a measuring tape and we'll see how big the arms can get, like cold and pumped. The cold measurement, like when you're not, like let's say you measure your arm right when you wake up, that's the cool one. But it's fun to see how big they are pumped too, right? Oh. Oh, Jesus, dude. Not much else to say other than that was a successful arm day. When I said I was going to do calves, at the end of the last workout? Well, you know, I guess I gotta be honest with you. I skipped them. It was getting kind of late, so I just left. But this time we're gonna do it for real. Calves every day, at least a couple sets, because they can handle it. You can hit your calves every day, and they're not gonna get really fucked up. So I'll get a couple sets of those going, and then we'll get some food in the car. I don't know what yet. You'll see.